this budget also took away from the National Housing Trust. But we know say them did go crazy over it too, because when I say it's a very splendid, superb plan via the People's National Party, we never know say it would have mad out the Prime Minister so much. It a mad him out, ABR family and viewers. Mark Golding's housing plan a mess with him mental. The whole rollout of the People's National Party's plan a mess with him mental. So him come a chat all kind of madness and he's boasting about, housing under his leadership. And we are going to roll back the tape. So as you come in on the live, I want you to like and share out the live. Big up yourself, Martha Couponing Foundation. Big up yourself. Big up to all my moderators, my members of the ABR membership. Angela and Ivan Wallace. Big up to all those who subscribe to the channel. And for those who are silently watching, big up to the new subscribers. And for those who are watching and that are new, I want you all to come on board. We're on the road to 30K. Please to like and share, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Big up my dear sister Pat W. Hope you're, recovering well. Chelsea Clinton, Abina, Noreen, Dorette, Valerie, Godfavor, Hyacinth, Florence. Big up on yourself, everybody. We're just coming on to the live. But we have some other matters to deal with before we go into the whole housing thing and put this Prime Minister back in place. Because I'm not ready for this yet. And so we know them roll out one JTC teaching bill where we're seeing them laying out some hefty fines and wants the teachers to be licensed to practice teaching, and they can only practice teaching one subject. Can you imagine? We have subject teacher shortage in our country currently, and they have been contemplating from 2022, as I stated, and basically came into the Senate and they passed that bill with some very hefty, humongous fines to the teachers. We even seen a newly minted senator guy coming out to praise this administration, to praise this government, saying that under this government, more teachers are able to own homes and vehicles. I couldn't listen to it, and then me have a footage from a gentleman speaking out on the lies that they're spewing in this campaign season. They have been telling lies from before, but it come like it get rampant now through them say the tides have changed and the people basically showing them that they really mean it, that time has come. But the teachers are not having it. We've seen that they're supposed to get some form of increments, same put off. And the government came out and slammed them, saying that them never have no agreement to the date. And so based on what they have rolled out with this 500,000 up to 1.5 million fine, the teachers are not having it. And it is said that there is a march to JTA office down there in downtown Kingston today, to be exact, and the teachers are wearing all black, standing in solidarity against what is taking place. We have illicit enrichers in our parliament, and the fines assigned to the Integrity Commissions Act is a mere slap on the wrist. Politicians have been found in breach of the Integrity Commission Act, years upon years lying, withholding information from the Integrity Commission, and they barely get a slap on the wrist with some 400,000 and 900,000 fine. These are the people that should be held to a higher standard. They offer themselves to us for us to elect them, to put them to serve us all. But instead, they serve themselves, their friends, their cronies, their families. And so I'm about to drop the video footage with this senator speaking about teachers being able to afford under this government. But before we get into that, I just want to say a big shout out to Major Daps. He's promoting his album with the ABR News TV. You too can promote at a small, affordable cost. And so I just want y'all to support the movement. The very same Rasta man we say the orange is ripe and we are going to juice it. And so we're standing with the integrity boss, no other than Mark Jefferson Golding at all times. And I just want to endorse Major Daps' album. You can stream it on any platform. It's called Jamaica is the Heart of the World. And indeed, we are the heart of the world. Everybody wants a taste of the beautiful island Jamaica, but to see what it has come to. And these songs were basically sung from 2017. And we're seeing it playing out. Everything that this artist sang on this album is manifesting, is really what is happening right now across the world, and especially in our beautiful island of Jamaica. Jamaica nice, we food nice, we culture nice, everybody want a piece of it. But the powers that be, when we give some people the leadership baton, them take it and them do all sort of foolishness and they come in to blame everybody else but themselves. So here what the Rastaman say.
So the infusion of confusion is illusion. Now we have to make a decision. Here we are no mix up in a violence. We no speak them nonsense. Have a free of make conscience. Rastafari we evidence will. Here we are no mix up in a violence. We no speak them nonsense. Have a free up with conscience. Here Selassie we evidence. Hey. David will still slow Goliath in the 28th century. Excuse me, please, don't block my entry. Talk is cheap, see them vessel empty. Put a play with bone and look how the dog want it. No see the video camera and take it for no mirror. I wish spot them come from a comedian error. And on the other hand, they want to be receptive. So we have to make this movie a decisive because we don't spot them objective. Them get caught because of their own negligence. Between we and them a lot of difference. Here we are no mix up in a violence. We no speak them nonsense. We have a free up with conscience. As the barrier we evidence.
Big up to Major Daps Panda one day. Big up Miss Winnie Mead. Big up Megawatt Volt. Big up Daniel Taylor. Big up yourself, Velma All. Thanks for all those who are currently on the live. And so we're getting into the meat of the matter right now. I want you to hear from this senator.
It is not surprising, therefore, Mr. President, that relative to any other time in Jamaica's history, you have more teachers owning their own home today, and more teachers, yes? More teachers owning motor vehicles today, Mr. President. When you go to a school nowadays, Senator Crawford, when I attended primary school, Mr. President, and when Damien would have attended primary school, we used to play scrimmage and salada kick in the parking lot at the school. The parking lot at schools now, Mr. President, have all kinds of vehicles owned by our nation's teachers situated there. That is it. And Mr. President, you can't find space to play scrimmage. You can't find space to play catch-a-shubi. And you have to be careful how you bat ball now in the schools, because you don't want to mash the teacher's car glass. Stop talking rubbish, man. Stop talking rubbish. When motor vehicles were liberalized in the early 1990s, on account of premature liberalization of the Jamaican dollar, what we had was a cataclysmic situation where interest rates had to go extremely high in order to mop up liquidity, and with interest rates going high, you also had inflation going high, and teachers like my aunt and several other teachers across Jamaica had to suck salt through wooden spoon. They, relative to today, were not able to own motor vehicles. Yes, many teachers scrambled to even find the fare to take them to school, especially when we got to the Ben Johnson part of the month. Yes, when we got to the Ben Johnson part of the month. You see, when you're a top and Harris, you don't even know what Ben Johnson means. Yes? You have a top and you have a Ben Johnson part of the month. Ask the technicians about it. Make Johnny tell you, probably should we know. Mr. President, yeah man, on account of his goats, his more recent largesse, global village, and we operate in a free market economy. We are cognizant that from time to time, our Jamaican brothers and sisters will avail themselves of opportunities abroad. I feel compelled, however, Mr. President, to reiterate a word of advice, some would say caution, to those who are considering migration. One of the things that often escape some folks, Mr. President, is that a dollar is a dollar in any country. So when a Jamaican teacher has a recruiter or a prospective recruiter attending upon them and pointing out the 5,000 US dollars that they may be earning each month, it would be important and instructive for that teacher, that prospective recruit, to consider the cost of living in South Carolina, where they are being ported to go off to. So just to be very clear, though you may be earning 4,500 United States dollars per month as you take up training in South Carolina, I must also editorialize by saying capacity.
So y'all heard him there, ABR family and viewers. Big up yourself, Anthony Redline. Big up Roslyn, Vivian. Big up on yourself. We have to have them on the screen, you know, Anthony, because we want to hear. We want the people them to hear. If not all, some of what they are saying. And me personally, I don't even listen to this guy, but just for the video sake or for the live sake, you know, we have to play some of what they are saying. And him coming out in our House of Senate to come and say that more teachers own homes and vehicles under this government. What has this government, my $1 million question to him, what has this government done to achieve all of this? And it's coming now, so they're trying to push the teachers them away a little further with these hefty fines and bills that they're coming out with, and trying to pull money from their pocket that they're already not getting by wanting them to license. So, say for example, is every 2 years they're supposed to license, like the whole medical nursing field. They would have to pay to relicense. They would have to pay to license in order to practice. And so that's another way of the government pulling funds right there, so. Or whatever entity pulling funds from the teachers right there. So, boasting about teachers owning more homes and vehicles, what has this government done? What have this government put in place in order to achieve that? Because me can't see it. We're more teacher, because the teacher them are run like nothing else under this administration here. This administration here pull away a whole heap of benefits that the teachers were getting. And the teachers them leaving for greener pastures. Enough of them saying that they wouldn't have wanted to leave their country, because our country nice, we know that. But when we have politicians getting how much 10% increase, And our teachers who are the backbone of our country, essential workers who are doing the heavy lifting, who are out there actually doing the work. And we have politicians, we have councillors who can't even construct or read a sentence, getting how much tin millions over our educators. Does not spell any form of sense. So in one essence, they're running away the teachers, and then in another essence is coming to caution. If a teacher is even getting $5,000 per month in America, and they're paying a rent for $2,000, and then can have a vehicle paying for and buy them food, them still have probably $1,500 where them can save up or play with, so to speak, in the sense of sending it back. Is a quicker way for them to build a house. This government does not provide anything for them to own their houses. So I don't know what I'm talking about right there. So, but I'm about to play a gentleman responding to all that this senator has stated, because for some reason it's like them a live in a them head, them a live in a fairy tale world, and because they're getting the big whack, he's getting how much $10 million now as a senator per year. Right? So them can come out. He has been in the behind the scenes in the whole education system, working at one point closely with Grace McLean, and we're seeing what all of them have done to our education system. They have run it right down underneath the ground, rob from our children, rob from we putting them education, thief. How much tin? Hundreds of millions unaccounted for under this government watch. And you're coming to tell us that teachers are better off now than before? Teachers who are watching this program right now, any teacher with up on the live would love to call in the program after I finish play the footage here, or even after I finish outlining all that I need to outline in this live video. I want some teachers to call in. I want to hear from some teachers, because I see one or few teachers commenting in the comment section on the last video that I uploaded. Right? And we're seeing Damian Crawford coming out to saying, is this punity or this punishment? At one point, the JTA president stated that it seems as if some form of crucifixion. Crucifixion.
Mother, I think you're very a disingenuous person by misleading the house, misleading Jamaica people by telling how teachers own more homes and transport under the Andrew administration. You sometimes wonder, you people, if you're living in a dream world, like when I was going to primary school in the 80s and in grade 1, 2 and 3, and teachers used to tell us about the Anansi stories, about Anansi and Pukuma and Tiger and cat and dog and all that, and we believe that is so. Teachers own, the most teachers own home was in the 90s. Teachers get a lot of home by home, Langsdale Park in the early 2000s. And teachers who live in rural areas mostly gain homes through unknown of probably house and lands. So I don't know where you come from to be telling people about how teachers home getting home. Let me tell you something. A home that is in Pembroke Hall, a block down house in Pembroke Hall, is going for it's a Patrick City Dwayne Park in the corporate area, Vineyard Town, going for at least $18-19 million. And you have to renovate those houses before you can live into them. Teachers can't buy houses now. Teachers can't buy houses because teachers are not getting any money. We were the whole sector, public sector workers that gave nothing from the compensation package. We did not give because the last time we were reclassified in 2007. We were...
And this is a teacher here talking, you know. This is a teacher right here.
In line with 80% with the private sector. And under the new compensation package, we're in line 50% with the private sector. With such a high inflation. Stop misleading the house. Stop it. Stop it. You know how I won my home? I got my house over by Elsha. And I went to a function and I saw Sister P. And I said to her, Madam Prime Minister, maybe a minute after the function, I said myself and my wife, we have selected one of the houses over by Elsha. We cannot afford the down payment of $2 million. She said, what do you want me to do for you? And I said to her, Madam Prime Minister, I'm asking you for 100%. She smiled, she took my number. And 2 or 3 days after, I got a call from NHG. 100% financing. The only thing I pay to go into the 3-bedroom was 3,500 closing costs. Stop misleading Jamaicans and telling people that. How teachers own their cars. Teachers are doing a lot of hustling because teachers are saying we are getting nothing. We are living below the poverty level. And that's why we have a mass migration of our teachers. And government doing nothing for teachers' retention. And you can't tell the teachers not to migrate because a dollar is a dollar. If you go over by this state and working of $5,000, as long as you have your head and your body, you can survive. So when you multiply the 5 times 150, it's different. As a result, teachers can improve their do a little extra, buy a home, or do a little home improvement on your house. Stop missing. Government do nothing for teachers. Teachers live at the poverty level.
And just as I received this video, I only played probably about 30 seconds out of it. And I basically said what this gentleman is saying. And I basically said what the teachers are saying. How could it be? And let us prove some more that these people are only a set of liars. Let us prove more that what this gentleman is saying and what I have said before is true. Let us prove more that this administration is nothing but a bunch of liars. If it is that under this administration they had promised to build 70,000 houses, this was a promise made by the government in 2020, I believe. And this was a part of their so-called manifesto. And they promised that 30% of those houses would be for police officers, nurses, teachers, and other civil servants. They would have allocated 10,000 out of the 70 for young people between the ages of 18 to 35% with 100% financing. Right? They would have a 1 billion NHT investment in social housing and 30,000 land titles for Jamaicans with legitimate land claims. But let us break down the 30% from the 60,000. After they said that 10,000 would be for young people, we're going to work out the 30% of the 60,000, which would be 18,000 houses would be there for police officers, nurses, teachers, and civil servants. And out of that 18,000, I don't even know, I cannot even calculate how much they have built, but in total, let me pull up my information right here. In total, out of that 70,000 houses, I don't even think they did quarter of that. I believe they only built, yes, I have the info here, 14,741 was delivered. And only 7,950 NHT homes have been built during this last 5 years. So if it is that this administration has built less houses, how could it be then? Let us rationalize this. We're not stupid. We're not dunces. We're not fools. If it is that they made a promise to build 70,000 houses in a 5-year period, and they only built, let us say, 21,000 with whatever was built and from the NHT, right? How is it that they are claiming that more teachers own homes under this administration when they did not even accomplish not even half of this 70,000? Make it make sense. Big up yourself, Sonia Barracks. Big up again, Angela. Mirna, big up yourself. Sandra Plunkett, big up yourself. Make it make sense. Remember, we're not a fool boy, you know, and we are trying to break down the thing in the simplest form where everybody can understand. How is it then that this senator is coming out to claim that more teachers, you heard it from that teacher right there, how he got to own a home? I would just pencil it out earlier before me even play the video that the teachers are willing to take the chance with the 5,000 US, knowing say if them have them head pan them body as a gentleman stated, they have a 1,500 per month can play with, can save in order to acquire a home back in a Jamaica. And we tell them time and time again, no matter how much them want to run out with the lies and run out with the facade, we are here to battle for the truth, not for the people's mind. We are coming with the truth. Under a PJ Patterson, whether them want to call it 18 and a half years or 14 years, he has built more homes than this current administration. And more people own homes back in those times than now. So we're not going to make you come confuse the people, and we're not going to make you stand up in our parliament. We elect them, so the parliament and the places in Jamaica are ours. It belongs to the people. So we're not going to make you come in our parliament and continue to trick the Jamaican people and continue to lie to the Jamaican people, and we sit by and not come and say anything. The whole of them ABR family and viewers are playing from the same handbook. They have it as a chess game. The Prime Minister saying that he's playing chess. They're playing games with our lives. They're playing games with our education. They're playing games with our children's future. Only them and them family and them pitney them and them friends them alone are benefit from this so-called prosperity that he came and promised the entire Jamaica. They are nothing but a bunch of liars and deceivers. And we will not have it anymore. The time has come, and the time is now for break up all the lies them and let the people see the truth. We're tired of it now. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. This very same Prime Minister promised 1,000 houses a year for the needy. This was back in 2022. Can anybody tell me who I get them houses here? Can anybody say in the live chat who getting these houses? Big up yourself, Dwight. Only if you're running up and down with the Jamaica Labour Party, and mostly them a get them houses here. And I'll know him not even half the 1,000 when him say my bill per year. Probably less than 300 or 300 per year he has built. Or they have built or delivered. The time has come and the time is now. He was at a handing over service or ceremony last Thursday and he's boasting about housing. He wants to tell the electorate to choose JLP policies and slam the opposition promise to solve home ownership crisis. He admitted at that ceremony that there's a crisis in home ownership. But wants the people to slam the opposition who can only make promises because they're not the government. He is in government acting as if he is in opposition. He has not delivered on the promises. When see me show the 70,000 houses where them plan, where them promise from 2020 and has not delivered not even half of that. But in response to him, me am going to hear from no other than the gensec of all gensec of the People's National Party, no other than Dr. Dayton Campbell.
And the Prime Minister of Jamaica. And the Prime Minister said it is not his intention to deceive the people of Jamaica. And when he said it, I said to myself, even that very statement is intended to deceive the people of Jamaica. What is it that he is upset about? He's upset about the proposals that we have put forward to benefit the people of this country. And when he said it, I stopped for a second and I said, you ever see Patter called Keckle Black yet? The man that has made the most unfulfilled promises in Jamaica is now coming to us to tell us that you must be wary of politicians who are making promises. And so tonight I want to ask the Prime Minister, do you recall the promise that if you win the election, we will be able to sleep with our windows and doors open? Do you remember the promise that the economy of Jamaica would grow by 5% in 4 years? Do you, Mr. Prime Minister, remember the promise that you would build 70,000 houses in 5 years? Do you remember the promise that you would bring big power plants come to Jamaica? Do you remember the promise that you would turn Clarkstown into the third city in Jamaica? Do you remember the promise that you are going to build a 2-story market in Highgate in St. Mary? Do you remember the promise, Mr. Prime Minister, that you are going to turn Portmore into Little Miami or Silicon Valley? Do you, Mr. Prime Minister, do you remember the promise that you are going to have fixed election dates? Do you, Mr. Prime Minister, remember the promise that within the first 100 days You are going to introduce term limits for the office of Prime Minister. 2 terms maximum, and now here you are with your Sam ballot and to by yourself, but you're campaigning for a 3rd term.
Yes, comrades! Youth and youth! Undecided voters!
Hold on.
Coming again!
Hold on. Me not done yet. Do you, Mr. Prime Minister, remember the promise that you would have impeachment legislation? And over in Central Westmoreland, you have an MP that take a stool and beat a woman and then say resign from your party. And as soon as we get close to the election date, here him come right back into the party running again for the Labour Party. The PNP not supporting that. And you know, so me not done yet. The amount of promise we make, me not done yet, you know. Do you, Mr. Prime Minister, remember your promise that you would give job descriptions to your MPs? And do you, Mr. Prime Minister, remember your promise that you would have taken the people from poverty to prosperity? You have fulfilled not even one of those promises. But now you come with what my granny would have called dry eye. You come now with your dry eye. One look at the people of Jamaica and say that they should reward you with another term. Well, when the elections are called in Northeast, in Northwest, in Southeast and Southwest Center, them are going to get a beating. Them must get a beating. Them have to get a beating. The Prime Minister said that Mark Golding has promised to use $1 billion and give $500,000 as a deposit, and that will benefit 2,000 people. And he's having a problem with that. He reasons that there are 40,000 people between the ages of 18 to 40 that needs a house. And that would only benefit 2,000. But because the Labourite them never used to pay attention in a class, we're going to teach them something tonight. Because I look at thing go on in Jamaica where they don't spit them down the front and they behave like a them around the thing. And we are going to put the duns them around our back. The first thing is that it is 2,000 persons per year that would benefit. So in 5 years, which is the term of office, it would be 10,000 young persons under the age of 35 that would get a grant, not a loan, of $500,000 towards a deposit for them to purchase a house. Why is the Prime Minister fighting against the young people of Jamaica? He goes further. And he asks, how will you decide who will benefit? This is the same Prime Minister that has said that we need 8,000 social houses. But in 8 years in office, he has only built 300 of those houses. I would like to ask him, how is it that he has only built 4% of that? But him have a problem with our plan that would address 25% of the houses that the young people need. And I want to ask him further, how did he choose the beneficiaries for the social houses where him a build? Because if you are no Labourite, you can't get them the local house where him a build. Under the next PNP government, young people, old people, whoever you are will be able to own a home and live in dignity.
Amen. Under the next PNP administration, young people, more young people, We see the People's National Party roll out their plans of 50,000 houses. And young people are included in that. Big up yourself, Outer Many. Big up Debbie Jervis TV. Big up to everybody. Cheryl Donaldson, Witches Brew, Judy Roberts. Everybody that's just coming on the live now. Big up on yourself. But let us remind them before we get into some more of the housing plan from the People's National Party. Let us remind them of what this Prime Minister has promised. May I take him off my screen because I know I don't like it. Let me find the housing plan here via the People's National Party. But I'm about to play a few more footage of what this Prime Minister has promised. Let us go back to when he was in opposition.
The Labour Party will make sure that we put in place more efficient electricity generating plants to bring down the cost of electricity to you. I don't like to make promise. I make commitment. And under the Labour Party government, we are going to ensure that we bring to this country the big power plants. We are going to ensure that we bring to this country the big energy companies that can put the money in here to build the plants to give you cheaper and better electricity.
Monica Hall, big up yourself. When you see the power plant and the big energy plants where I'm saying that I'm going to bring come? My God.
Within our first 100 days of government, we will start the legislative process to fix the date for general elections in Jamaica. So no government will be able to come and make false promises and hide the truth and tell you half-truths and trick you into voting for them, and then when they win, they throw on poison for you.
100 days. The fixed election day. Still await for the promise to fulfill. One broken promise after another. Laughable, as I said. None of your promises are fulfilled yet, boss. So there you are.
Within the first 100 days of our government, we will start the legislative process to institute impeachment proceedings in Parliament.
Big up yourself, Splash Digi. Attile Pandem. You know, she say Andrew Cho Attile Pandem. Lies upon lies. He said that he would have bridged the gap between the rich and the poor. He said the gap was too wide. And I'm going to hear from my brother here, Aromatic Realistic TV.
But that's I think then, I that rob you. I know the dog what him say, but who make the statement? Who make the statement? You understand what I say? So we are say Jamaica. This is a political suicide for Andrew Holness. In case he didn't know, let me remind him of the history. When you step out a line and pass on a place with the people of Jamaica, the people of Jamaica always punish you at the poll. So call it brother, because you're going to get your next punishment for this. Edward Siaga make a mistake and style PG and the people as black scandal bag. PG put Siaga in a political retirement. Bruce Golding made the mistake and go tell comrades said come like termite then the amount of them brain. Bruce Golding never serve out in term. Bruce Golding have to retire. Juliet Holness tell comrades say where them live a riverbed garbage and dump. A Kentire division give the People's National Party the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation. And no Andrew Holness, they come call we and style we as dog. This one put Andrew Holness in political retirement as the tree before.
Him need for going a political retirement. Him not for see back leadership of our country any at all. No time at all. But here's the outstanding housing plan from the People's National Party laid out by the president of the party, Mark Jefferson Golden. The next PNP government will create a special $1 billion for young owners deposit fund within the NHT. This will allow young people under 35 who have contributed to the NHT for at least 2 years to access a $500,000 deposit grant. Not a loan, a grant, which means they don't have to pay back that. Young Jamaicans will now have the opportunity to apply for this grant and take a step closer to owning their homes. And I came across a video with a young lady speaking that the houses are too expensive under this administration and them don't know when, if ever, they're gonna own a home. And we're seeing the opposition answering the call, laying out a splendid plan that will give the young people a greater chance, a greater opportunity to own a home. The next PNP government will introduce NHT rent-to-own plan. And this is mad them, you know. They have done it already and it was successful. And them come again, bringing it back. We saw what they did with Operation Pride. Under this government, them done away with it. And the People's National Party wants to take up back that initiative because it had done so well back then. And so the rent-to-own plan to support people in the informal sector, those struggling to save for a house deposit. Those earning in the informal economy will be able to move into an NHT house as tenants, paying a monthly rent equivalent to a mortgage payment. After demonstrating their ability to pay over a short period, they'll be eligible for an NHT mortgage to buy the house. What a plan. For those unable to save for a deposit, they can rent an NHT house and a portion of their rent, between 50% to 75%, will count towards the deposit. Once this is accumulated, they can access a mortgage to buy the house. This rent-to-own program addresses two significant barriers to home ownership in Jamaica, offering a creative and practical solution. It is practical, meaning say it can happen. It has happened before and it can happen again. We see them also looking out for other sectors. The second part of our housing strategy is to position the Housing Agency of Jamaica as the lead developer for low-income housing. Private developers have often overlooked affordable housing due to lower returns compared to the middle and upper income markets. Yet approximately 50% of NHT contributors earn less than $30,000 per week and cannot afford homes on the market. On the city houses them where them are built now, the few little houses them catering to the rich, they're already rich. They're not catering to low income earners. The government has a duty to protect its citizens, and we will leverage the HAJ to spearhead the construction of low-income housing. Our goal is to build 50,000 affordable homes over the next 5 years, starting with one-bedroom starter units to make home ownership accessible for more Jamaicans. And when you get them starter unit here, you can build go pal to the sky. Nobody can stop you. Nobody can stop you when you own them starter homes here. You can build go anywhere. You understand? They're catering for our teachers, other civil servants. But yet still they want to come and lie to us that under this government, more teachers own homes. ABR family and viewers, I'm about to open the phone lines now. I want to hear from you all. Big up yourself, Betty Cook. Eagle, big up yourself. Colleen Stewart, big up yourself. I want you to call in and tell me who take on all of this. The number is 954-288-6467, and that's WhatsApp only. The number is pinned at the top of the chat right here. So big up yourself, Michael. Go ahead, family. Feel free to call in. The number is right there, 954-288-6467. What says you all about everything that was outlined here? This current administration wants to take credit for housing when they have not delivered not even half of what they had promised. And let us make a small comparison right here. So let me send over the photo. Let us make a small comparison right here. So a 7-year comparison under this administration and a PJ Patterson administration as it pertains to housing. Look at this right here. So blessed morning, my colleague, live on the ABR show. Miss Winnie, how you doing?
Good afternoon, Mr. Ross.
Good afternoon.
Why to me, why the media house will not report everything that the PNP say?
Mm-hmm.
I think their license, Andrew threatened to take it away, their license. That's to me.
Oh.
Because I can't see you as a news person or write in the paper or anything, and you cannot report what the other person said. Then that's to me, you are a JLP supporter.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's why you will not report what the PNP is saying. And I think something should be done about that when Mr. Mark and the PNP win. Call in all the media houses
Mm-hmm.
and find out why you do that. Andrew is a coward. He only can have big talk, tell the police what to do, but he cannot control his house because he's not a man in his house.
Mm-hmm.
The man in his house is size 13.
My goodness.
Right? He's a coward. How dare you call the PNP dogs?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Andrew, you call me dog because I'm a PNP.
Mm-hmm.
I might not live in Jamaica, but I'm a PNP before you were born. My first son is older than you.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you? Your wife did it, said anywhere PNP live is dump and garbage. And Bruce said the same similar thing, and that a man called Sago or Siago, he called us Black Scandal back, and he did say a dog too. So you're copying everyone that call us a dog.
My God.
You don't have no respect.
So you
but not even the little children. When the little children here, you call them dog. How do you think they feel? Huh? I know you won't apologize because you don't have a bone in you and you go to the church and pretend you're crying. Why didn't you put some onion in between your eyes? Then the tears will flow more. Huh?
So you're saying pretend to cry, Miss Winnie, ma pretend to cry?
Yeah. Yes, he must have some onion underneath him fingertip.
My God.
Huh? You and your 13 years. God, should I strike the two of you down from there? Huh? You wicked Andrew. You are a wicked. If it wasn't for this station here, certain station, I will not say what I want to say. But Andrew, you make me as a 78-year-old woman shiver. If any of my children call anyone dogs, they would never have a teeth in their mouth. I would never call, but you make me have to call. You're not a dog is a good thing because do you know the Chinese and some race eat the dog? That means they're good, but they don't eat drunk raw. Nobody in their right mind would eat drunk raw.
My God.
So nobody wouldn't eat you. And the JLP who are, some of them are nice people. I think they think that you cross the border. You are a coward, Andrew. You and your JLP in the office are a coward, just like your wife. She only big mouth when she's in the house. She wouldn't go in the street alone and call somebody garbage and dump. She's going to be sorry one day. One day she's going to be sorry. I don't mean anyone to hurt you. One day you're going to wake up and in your house and you're going to see you don't have no friends except the one going to cook for you and wash your nasty drawers. You understand? They're not going. They're only doing it because they got the need they pay. You are a disgrace to a woman, calling people garbage and dump. But JLP live in the same area you're calling them dump. So that means you're saying everyone living a dump is no good. Well, I don't know, but you couldn't call me that because thank God I don't live in a dump. I live in a area there is clean and nice. And Andrew, I don't think you can sleep at night. Rhoda, what Rhoda do to you? The only road you can go to and bully. You can't bully size 13.
Hey.
You can't bully size 13, innit? You is a married man. You should show respect to the rest of the nation that you are faithful to your wife. I don't know if your wife faithful to you. I don't know. Maybe that's why you run to Rhoda.
My God.
Wait, you make me sick. Thank you here.
All right, Miss Winnie. Thank you for calling. Them know Miss Winnie mouth na filter none at all. Big up yourself, you be comrade. Big up yourself, Lewis Beckford. Freedom, Keith Matthews, Sharon Moulton, Bola Vienar, big up yourself, Audrey. So I was making the comparison in a total of 7 years, and under this administration from 2016 to 2022 I've built a total of 15,477 houses. And compared to a 7-year span under a People's National Party government from 2004 to 2015 under the leadership of Percival James Patterson and Mama P. They had built 28,477 houses, and that's a 12,700 difference. So then, how can this government claim that under this leadership that more teachers own houses than any other. Not at all. Not at all. And earlier I was to play this video and some reason there was some glitch and I played the wrong video. But I'm not going to hear it now. Him saying that I got bridge the gap.
So he promised that he would lobby on our behalf. When he stated that you have a few rich, you have a few rich and a whole lot of poor. It is not a small gap. It is a wide gap. You know, hear what I say, Andrew Olney said 2015. You have a few rich, few, and a whole heap of poor. And it is not a small gap. It is wide. And we see where the same Andrew Olney, who said that he was going there to bridge the gap between the rich and the poor, so the poor can see some more of the wealth. Probably only 80 could compare the highest level of inequality of income. That's the word, or those the word out of the Prime Minister's mouth. So he knows that 99% of Jamaica are sufferer. Him know say a 1% of Jamaica have everything. So him plays on the emotion of the people to get elected, saying that he would bridge the gap between the rich and the poor. So the poor people of Jamaica could have some more say. But what did the Prime Minister do? The Prime Minister go there and enrich himself, find himself enrolled and elect in the 1%, the higher echelons, the PSOJs, the oligarchs of Jamaica, and 99% of us that he promised and play on our emotion, that he would go there and bridge the gap between the rich and the poor. So the poor can see some more gravy upon them plate. Now we see the self-centered, the egoistic, and the narcissist of a man he is.
Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach. Take out the thief. Take out the criminal.
Big up yourself, Keith Matthews, Marva Dice, Wayne Evans, Joan Bailey. Big up on yourself. Maybe our family. When you hear it there, so. He made promises that until now have not been fulfilled. But he wants us to shun the plans and policies of the People's National Party. What can go so? He has not bridged the gap that he said that he would have come and bridge. When bridge it for him? Bridge it for himself with 28 bank accounts. Unable to explain his wealth, under investigation for illicit enrichment, uncertified statutory declaration, whole heap of clouds, a whole heap of scandal under his administration, under his government, under his watch. Secrecy, gag order here, there, and everywhere. We cannot get the full FinSac report. because it is more on them than the People's National Party, so that's why they are holding it so close. We cannot get the SSL report, we cannot get the Kroll report that the people of Jamaica's hard-earned tax dollars have paid for. But they want to come and convince us that we must not listen to the People's National Party. What can go so? I would love to take about 2 or 3 more calls. Anybody wants to call in, share your take. What do you think about them wanting the teachers to be licensed to practice only one subject? Bless up, my ABR family. You're live.
Bless up, ABR. Good afternoon to you and all the listeners.
Yeah, good afternoon.
I was listening to Nathan Campbell last night and see he was playing back the speech earlier on. And in reality, you know, if you go back and fact check the Prime Minister, you know, not one of his promise he has delivered, you know. And it's over 9 years, you know. Well, the 10 years the man that delivered one of the promises. And it's a shame and disgrace when you look at a Prime Minister who cannot be certified by the Integrity Commission and a Prime Minister who led the government when none of them decide the code of conduct. What kind of country are we living in? What kind of example are we setting for our children and our grandchildren? This man has no moral decency about him.
No integrity.
This man should be there on the ballot. Not at all. This man should be there on the ballot. When you sit down and you look at a Prime Minister who cannot declare his asset, how he come by his wealth, and want to struck out illicit enrichment out of the act, out of the law. Can you imagine? People, Jamaica people really sit down and see what this man is trying to do.
It's a dark day.
Whenever we really sit down and see what this man is trying to do, how this man is trying to do. When this man take up the political ombudsman out of office and put it at the ECJ, what kind of corruption that it can't right. It can't with the country not look good now. This country not look good from the head of the country not look good. The bottom can't look good.
And the Justice Minister is saying no turning back.
Justice Minister, Justice not a criminal himself, you know. Him deep like a Justice Minister. How can you be a Justice Minister and you never want to protect the women of our country?
Mm-hmm.
When they're supposed to release the sex offender register, that's female who take taxes, and those taxes that saved that youngest life. Because she didn't know he was a sex offender. She should not take his leave.
Mm-hmm. I'm not hearing you.
I said that saved the youngest life. If he had released the sex offender, that means when she go on the app to ask that enjoy driver, she should have known that he was a sex offender.
Yes, the teacher lady that was yeah.
Right. So if you didn't want, so him cannot be a justice minister.
When them are shield the criminals, when them are shield the offenders.
Yeah, that man talk about when you know he see that man laugh and talk when he talk about rape and laugh and talk about say the man is trying to do what I don't want to tell a lie on it. What is that what him say? But it's like a joking thing to him. Them people are ready, man. You don't realize that the government appeared dunce as they can come and say the dunce is in front of the class. And the bride with them at the back of the class. And the don't people that go at them know nothing.
Well, I forgot shift it around here now.
They don't have to shift it around, but they have to shift it around.
Yeah.
They don't mistake about you have to shift it around. Because them people that we can't. Look at it, you know. Them man want to feed prisoner 3 meals a day, you know. But you think it hard to feed our school, our future generation a meal a day in school. You fight against everything against the education system. You try You run the whole of our teacher them. Gone abroad. You run the whole of my teacher them gone abroad. And then I'm going to like, and then you run the teacher them, rob the education system, rob the nutrition for as it. So what them talk about, them don't want to get right. Them all always still done. That means them can't go do a 5,000 math school. I will vote for them and feel like something man do for it. I want them fix our road and feel like something man do for it. You know what I'm done for it. That's how obligated to do.
Yeah.
Roads, light and water that we government supposed to provide. That's not something we are begging for. That's not something you're supposed to know you're supposed to do.
True.
Infrastructure is what government's supposed to put into place.
Definitely.
That's not something you're supposed to campaign as vote pan. We put in a government to uplift life, make our life better, make things easier. But in this case, we life not easier, we life not better, we life worse. Anybody can tell us, 16 years ago, 9 years ago, them life was better than 2 days.
That's a consensus. Only some of them were just want to stifle the truth, would I tell you otherwise?
But the truth can be stifled. It's shown, say, we're going backward instead of forward. It's shown, you know. It's shown, so, with the cost of living is so high. People barely can't feed themselves. As you must have 5,000 billion done. We can't even talk about 1,000 billion or 500 billion. As you must have 5,000 billion done.
$1,000 bill $100, man, and $500 bill $50. Mighty God.
Yeah, but them don't have no use. Them don't have no use. It can't continue. Every week go to the supermarket, things raise. Every week. That's why them can't bring and talk about no new taxes, because they want to money back like a tax over food item. Time come now, man. We need a change, we need a change, man. We need a change. We need a change, man. Time come now. Forget rid of this government, man. Too much corruption, too much gagada.
True.
Time come, man. We need freedom for people, them, man. We need a better way of living. Them a fight against the housing for the young people. Everything uplift the poor. They don't have to sit up to uplift the poor. Them just one step people. Them look and them coming up and talk about teacher. Teacher can't live better now. How much teacher can afford? I was 35 million and 25 million. The 10,000 management bill. No teacher, no police, no nurse. And them top of nurse for them a bill house for. They don't stand up for the average man. You know, realize when man go to try to tell us that you might be lost to the average man, what they fight against it, oppose it.
That is it.
So if you want to do something and I benefit 5% and I'm going to build something build 25%, who's better? Who's going to reach them target quicker?
All right.
These people are making a tell a lie. I want you to believe the lie is true. And them daring and them dry eye with the lie. Daring and dry eye with the lie. Trying to convince you to say the lie and the truth is the lie.
Right. My God.
People wake up, Jamaican people wake up and realize that this government don't mean we're not good.
None at all.
From a little youth and grow up, people always talk, all people always talk, Labourites is to the rich and PMP is to the poor. And it's still not, I mean, grow up completely what all people say are true. Because them always say, when them always say, pig say, mama, oh, your mouth so long. The mother pig say, grow, you will soon find out.
True.
So we come find out for myself, the Labourite government are the evilest thing against poor people. Them like poor people. Them oppress poor people like slave.
But give them the final speech, my brother. And can't make no error.
And you can't make no error. This election, go out and vote and put your X squarely beside the head. Remember, my Jamaican people, make no mistake. This is a vote. This election is an election for you, your kids, and your grandkids.
That
to
is
ensure that you can own a piece of the rock.
Mm-hmm.
Not for them guys uptown and for them as a guys there. So make sure when you go vote for the PMP. Put your X squarely beside the head.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, I tell you that if we don't do it, I stand and tell people say, we guys sorry, dog, I'm going to suffer. So stay there.
And we now on a supper already.
That is my 2 cents, my
all
sister.
Right, bless up yourself, my brother. All right, my brother, big up yourself. Thanks for calling.
See.
All right. When you hear it right there, so from that caller right there, eh? When you cannot make no error. When you can't make no mistake. Blessed morning, my caller. Live on the ABR show.
Morning, no, it's now afternoon. It's my first time calling, but I always listen to your program.
Mm-hmm.
I am, at least my entire family, except for my mom, we're all teachers. God bless their soul. My mom and dad are not deceased.
So you're a teacher?
Yes, I am. And
I'm glad that you called.
The other day pissed me off so much. And when he said it about more teachers owning and that smug grin on his face, I wanted to, believe me, my blood boil. I have been a teacher for 25 years.
What you say again?
So I can
25 years.
Yes, and I'm not leaving Jamaica. I love what I do. I'm not leaving Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to stay here. But when he's going to come out and talk about more teachers owning, trust me, sometimes we go work, we have to back up each other. We share lunch together.
Oh, my God.
Marlon come deceive the public about more teachers. If it's the teachers owning a home or a car, a dead left like myself.
Mighty God.
They own property and house.
Mm-hmm.
If they own a car, some relative buy it for them.
And you say, hold on.
What he's talking about.
Hold on. You say you're in the profession 25 years.
25 years I have been in the profession. And this JTC license thing, we got a copy of it and I'm reading it and I'm saying, which idiot sat down and wrote those things? It makes no sense, this whole 81-page garbage. I am a primary trained teacher, so I teach everything. Everything, math, science, social studies, drama, visual arts, all of those. So how are you going to license if you teach one subject?
Then who's going to teach the others?
Who's going to teach the other subjects?
I'm so happy that you call. Give the people
honestly,
the reality.
I was sitting here and I'm saying, no, I have to call. It just up me just going for call election because we are planned for him that he need to know.
My God.
Me said, they just come out. You know, from when I remember we had a meeting when Royal Reed and this man was looking in my face to tell me that he has contributed projectors to the school. So I said, sir, with school? I said, sir, don't do it. I had to dip in my pocket during Royal Reed's time, the amount of things we had to buy projector for our classes.
Oh, what you
just
said
about
to me?
Everything. Because that was the time when PEP was implemented, so things would have changed.
Yeah.
So me no want nobody compel me. Nothing. I can compare a PNP government to a JLP.
Talk up now.
My entire family. Yes. And my father has been a teacher all his life. So I would have seen all of us were able to go to school under PNP free of cost. The last time my sister went to UWI, she didn't pay a red cent. Likewise myself when I went to study. So nobody can tell me anything about PNP in terms of who is the better.
All right.
Glasses, we say that. I have benefited. My 2 sisters have benefited. My entire family. So these people, they knew me with Marlon and that Madman, Sapphire and the team. Oh, Jesus.
Hey!
Tell them to wheel and come again. They're talking to the novices. We know.
Yes.
So I just want them to understand. Don't sit there and listen to the garbage that they're spewing. Because it is not the fact. You know how you drive past a school and you see the amount of top line vehicle. You know how the teacher can get a vehicle? Because even if they do want to buy it, they have to go to the bank or the JTA credit union to get a loan. And it's still not yours because you owe for it.
All right,
if you can't pay a monthly payment, you're not problem. So he needs to sit down and shut up.
See him, so.
He needs to sit down and shut up. I'm happy I was able to call because I was sitting here and I said, no, this is enough. I need to just say something so people understand what is happening. I am in the system.
Yes.
For 25 years. So don't come and talk what you don't know. You don't, Andrew Holness clueless. When he was the Minister of Education, he make the whole discipline. But one little boy comes to one day and say, him hear the Prime Minister in a living room say, if teacher whatever, then for lick back teacher. Tell me now. He was the one who started the whole breakdown of the discipline of students in school. Yes.
That's why they're putting them so unruly.
Exactly. Because I think this Andrew just loves to hear himself talk. He's so dogmatic. Likewise, Marlon Morgan, he need to change his name. Because my surname is Morgan. I know Morgan, I know idiot.
Mighty God.
So they need to understand. I hope those teachers are the up and coming and whatever it is. I even say to my younger colleagues, listen, you hear Andrew, Marky G say, you better make use of me. You're not going to get much right. Because we don't have much leave. But you need to.
Definitely.
Yes, I told them. He said someone just leave college and not have nothing yet. So you better know what you do.
All right then.
Have a good one.
Thank you so much, my teach. Thank you for calling. Bless up yourself. When you hear it there, so I wanted a teacher to call in. Remember, I played the video of a gentleman. He's a teacher. But I wanted someone to call in, a teacher to call in, to give you the reality. This teacher has been in the profession 25 years. Blessed morning, my brother. How you doing?
Blessed day, sis. How you doing?
I'm all right. I keep saying morning and it's afternoon. Blessed afternoon.
Afternoon and you catch me with it as well.
Yeah.
I want to listen to the thing and I want to talk about it. It's really interesting, you know, and it's good to hear from a teacher as well.
Definitely.
Because they say, I don't think and you played some of the ideas and I don't think they understand this. Imagine if 2,000 houses were issued for persons under the age of 35 every year. That is more than the 300 social housing of them billion.
Definitely, yeah.
And on top of it, it is earmarked for young people. Then another amount for teachers, police, nurses.
Yeah.
And then another amount for those. And when you look at it, you know, they sat for 9 years and built no major housing schemes.
My goodness.
And then have the audacity. They promised 70 houses, you know.
70,000.
300. 70,000, sorry.
Yeah.
Remember how much they deliver? 100 of those social housing, and over the 9-year period that they have done, been there, the NH has only done about 1,100 developments. And those are what they inherited from the PNP in 2016.
My goodness.
Remember, you show the numbers and the amount of developments that have been done.
Yes.
Yeah? So historically, they have not built the amount of houses that the PNP have had built. So if you want to compare a track record, then it's obvious that I would have trust the PNP more because they have shown a record. They have shown in the past that they have been able to do it. And the rent for own concept is particularly good.
Yes.
Especially for the corporate area, major town areas. Yeah? Because what it could do, remember in a lot of the corporate area of Kingston, you don't have any space to go out and you have to go up.
Yes.
Yeah? And so that we have the facility where with those things now, you could do the two bedroom houses. Yeah? And a lot of, even in some areas that are not predominantly, because like in areas like Trenchtown, you know how much land you have down at the bottom of Trenchtown?
Yeah. I know.
Remember, they proposed to build a police post there, you know, and move the commissioner's headquarters to down there. Yeah? Even if they intend, I'll know they're not doing it. Yeah, but it was just apply. Yeah?
I think that area that you're talking about is the No Man's Land area.
No Man's Land, they call it, yeah.
Definitely.
That's a lot of land that could be, people need to understand. And even though they say it's stigmatization that has made some areas in Jamaica don't get the rightful investment in them.
True.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because You can't have so much land sitting down idly and people in Kingston want homes. And people in Kingston have to get out of this mindset that if you live a certain place, that right now Jamaica City all uptown not safe.
All right then. So true.
So at the end of the day, it's better you have somewhere for yourself than have nowhere.
True.
And those areas, and I'm not pushing that is the only place houses can be built, because that wouldn't be.
We have other lands,
We have whole heap of lands all over the place, but I'm just saying for the Kingston experience, it would be wise. But when you really look at Marlon, you know, I remember Marlon was over Colin Bell Saturday morning. Yeah. You know that Marlon is what you call in the German, in Hitler army, you know, the Gestapo. Yeah, they are trained to tell lies. You know.
My gosh.
And not just only trained to tell lies, but Marlon's approach to his whole demeanor and
my
behavior
goodness
has just been spreading propaganda. That's his specialty, you know. Because when you really look at it, how can Marlon come in the Senate and talk about teachers can own more cars now? The point is, a lot of them have been migrating because there has not been a proper retention plan for the teachers.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
It is simple. And the PNP, the same idea that the PNP gave, you didn't hear Dana Dixon coming
Come
for laptops, they're available.
We see the headline, yes? My God.
And Damon Crawford was saying that from before 2020, right in COVID. He was saying that. So you see this thing, you know, what does that mean is that the JLP think they have nothing to campaign on, you know.
Nothing.
Absolutely. The only thing they can campaign on, and the con is this. And they're lying because they're saying that unemployment is down. But what they're not telling people is that it's the first time in the history of Jamaica you have seen so many persons refusing
to work.
Because because of the wages.
True.
And so because the wages don't match the minimum standard of living. So all you see the wholeness regime operating, you know, their only reason to want a third term. And I really ask myself, imagine a man campaigns and nobody should do more than 2 terms.
Coming, seeking.
Killing up himself to get 1 more term. And the only answer I have in mind is that, you know, say you have some criminals who come back to the scene of crime. Yeah, man, you have some people that will do things and go back at the same place them do it.
True.
And the only reason for that is because they intend to clean up what they did.
Yes, man.
So if Jamaica smart and wise, I will think, why is he so hell-bent? If things are so good, why not give somebody else to run? If you feel so confident, why don't give somebody else to run it? But, as I say, when this is called, it is clear to me that the JLP will be sitting on the other side in God knows. There is no doubt about it, because if they're so confident, why they don't call the election yet?
They're not ready yet.
Rowley was confident in Trinidad. He had up to August, you know. And he called it. Them called it in April. Today is Trinidad's general election. You know.
See it there?
Then you know, today is the 28th, no? Today's Trinidad's election. I think it's also today should be Canada's one as well, if I'm not mistaken, or is it tomorrow?
I'm not sure.
But it should be this week. So when you really look at it, all the noise that Holness is making, no incumbent government right now in most of, particularly in Jamaica, that has been in government for such a long time, not talking first term, but 2 term will be able to survive, because the history in the Caribbean show you no 2-term administration has survived election. In the past 5-6 years in the Caribbean, none. With no one exception, Ralph Gonsalves. Ronald Gonzaga. And I'm referring to within the new century, the 2000 century, from 2000 onward. Yeah. None have survived. And the next major thing that is happening to the JLP, their 2020 numbers that they brought out, or all their supporters, yeah.
Yeah.
The Labourite, them never afraid COVID, what PNP people did.
Them go out tonight, go vote.
They went out, so all of their numbers, and I want to rebut something I'm hearing quickly as I go, my friend. You see this thing about Michael Phillips are going to lose his seat? I think some people must have licked them head. Yeah? Because if you look at Michael Phillips' numbers consistently throughout that seat, Michael Phillips has always polled somewhere over 7,000 votes. Yeah? In the 2020 election, he polled 6,000 something vote to the guy 4,000 something, 5,000 something to the guy's 4,000 something. He beat the guy by about 800 and something. Yeah. But when you really look at it, because it was such a low turnout, that guy went to max, meaning that he got the highest number the JLP has ever gotten in the seat.
Okay.
Yeah. So. But Michael Phillips typically at his normal rate will get 7,000 and 8,000 votes in that seat.
Had the people had gone out, had the PNP had gone out, yeah.
His base gone, and even though his base didn't go out at the level that they needed to go out, he still won by a handsome margin.
Yeah.
900 votes is not enough, a little bit of vote to reverse. Yeah?
Enough that.
Yeah? Once you get over 500, it's very
clear win.
Because if the person complaining knows the game, they can win.
Yeah.
So this nonsense that Michael Phillips is weak in his seat is a lie. He's a very good MP. And if you want any clear indication, I said to people, look at what happened in the local government election.
Yeah.
Right? Michael Phillips won all of his divisions. Yeah? All. Yes? Including Alligator Pond. Yeah?
Yeah.
So all the noise that they're making is just rumors they're trying to spread.
Yeah.
And that is the same, remember, this is the same guy who went to the house opening ceremony wanting to behave like him at the MP. And
yes, I seen the video.
From the thing. So him spreading them lies, is him give Marlon Morgan them lies to spread it. Yeah? Because it's Marlon Morgan brethren. Yeah?
Yes.
So they're trying to build up an hype, yeah, to say they're winning. But you know, sometimes what I see happening, in the Labour Party, and as I go and make you laugh off of them. A lot of persons are hyping up seat, including in Central St. Mary, to say them winning when them know them can't win. Because what them want is the money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because remember how the game working, if you can't win a seat, a man not going to give you any money to campaign. Yeah? But if you make him feel say you can't win, you might get something.
Yes. My gosh.
So a lot of these JLB candidates, I think that's the way they're getting Andrew Holness money,
Yeah. Hype with the lies. My God.
Yeah, well, that's him do them.
I teach them. Yeah. That's true.
Because when you look upon it, how can a man in them sensible brain say the PNP going to lose Southeast Fenton? Yeah? When the PNP win every single division, including the money division that it never had before.
Exactly.
Yeah? Remember that wing back the money division, you know? So how could you win all the divisions in your general, and your vote that you got in the division was about 1,500 to 2,000 higher than what the JLP got. Yeah? So if it were a general election, your margin would have been anywhere between 1,000 to 1,500. Yeah?
Clear win, clear sweep.
Clear win. So I don't know. I really don't know what happened to these people. And the same in Central St. Mary. Let me tell them something. Omar Newell is now pushover, you know. He's a good youth. Yeah? And he's a youth that has worked hard to come from humble beginnings. Yeah? And when you look and see what's happening in Central St. Mary, it's the same. It's only one division Omar Newell lost in Central St. Mary. And that was the Amstead division, which is has been trending JLP for a strong time. Yeah?
Yeah.
So a longer time. But outside of that, all the other divisions, Highgate, Portmore, they won Portmore that they never had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? So all the noise that you hear them making, yeah? Just use the local government election results and look at the turnout. And you will see that in most of these seats, including Western St. Mary and Southeast St. Mary, the PNP brought out more voters than the governing party.
Mm-hmm.
So it means that the trend is leading that way. And what it is even making it worse for Andrew, and I'm not going to give him free advice, is the longer him take to call it, is the more frustrated the people are with him.
All right, then.
So,
I will see my drawing foot, you know?
Yeah, man. Him not, remember, you know, you ever see when dog find water, can I call people dog? Yeah? You ever see when dog around for a long time and them find water?
Yeah.
Yeah, them not stop until them quench them thirst, you know. So, him look like him not full him thirsted, so him not decide to go.
Him not decide to go. My God.
Anyway, sis, all the best.
All right, thank you, my brother, for calling. Bless up yourself every time.
Cool.
So, we hear from Ed Boy there, so. And we even seen them going around telling lies that the PNP is going to replace Kenneth Russell, that they just, you know, let the people know that that's their candidate for CSA. So I don't understand, but we not, some of them things I may not even try to read them or bring them to you because me not buy it, so some of them me not even go mention right here. So, but big up to Ed Boy, big up to all my callers, big up to the teacher that called in, big up to everybody that, you know, just joining the live. Simone Beckford, Star Girl, Money, Sassy D, and Sassy and a few others, I think, were confirming that today is indeed Canada's election. So, you know, so Canada and another one of the Caribbean countries are having their election today. So we see it clear that they too know that the tides have changed and the people are ready to go to the polls, and the people want this change that is definitely needed. And so he's there busy comparing the PNP to dogs. And me see somebody create this, so we can't give Puss butter for watch. So, when you hear Andrew talk about the bitter medicine and still give him opportunity to go again. Bless up yourself, my caller. Blessed afternoon. How you do? You're live.
A very blessed afternoon to you, ADR and family. And progressive family, I should add.
Yes.
So I want to give us a little history lesson. Because everything historical, and if we don't understand the history, we don't understand where we're going.
True.
The history is that the two parties are cut from a different cloth.
And no matter how we see people trying to say all of them are the same, no, can't be.
Most people who say they are all the same,
it's an undercover JLP.
Who are disappointed but can't say it.
Okay.
Disappointed but can't say it. So that is what we hear come out of them. The two of them are the same. They are not. And I want to refer quickly to your numbers regarding housing. And I want to tell you that if you add the housing stock added to Jamaica from Michael Manley,
yes, it would have been more.
It's not even a comparison.
True.
It's not even a comparison. They are lost. The other thing with your numbers is that it doesn't show that these houses, these 15,000, whatever that number is, how many of them are over 30 and 40 million, made for their friends to be able to get these houses and rent them out to who they want to rent them out to. So, you know, that again, you know, it's not even showing the real picture, but I know where you're going with it.
Yeah, definitely.
But that is just like scratching the surface. These guys are not ready.
None at all.
The other thing I want to tell you is that this man very deliberate from day one, you know. And we need to see it, you know. The man have more ministry under him than even Eddie Siaga, who had the most ever, you know. You know the reason for that? that is all about dictatorship.
Yes.
That is all about dictatorial control. So guess what now? All the EOJ fall underneath him now. So all I can tell PNP supporters, you have to go out in a massive numbers,
them for me now. Tell them again for me now.
Because you see, if you don't go out in a massive numbers in teeth that, you have to overwhelm the electoral system with those X's beside the head that then
and I like that word. Overwhelm it. When you go out in droves.
You have to overwhelm it. I'm going to teeth it and then you're going to hear say a draw. Like what them do with local government.
Yes.
The other thing I want to talk about is because, listen, the man that's show you right now, say, listen, teacher, we don't want any, I say, no, we want the nation dunce. You know who we associate the term dunce with? People who have voted a certain way.
Yes.
They're on your screen. So when you run with teacher and run for run, because remember, we're not talking about education system we have an oversupply of teachers, We are talking about an education system where a suffer already from mass migration, and then you are going to add another level to now victimize and put people under pressure and target and, make it even harder. To teach them. True. I was chairman of board for a primary school. I'm going to tell you. You know what I found out doing that job? The things teachers have to go through to keep a school running. And people don't understand that it's love. They love what they do,
Definitely.
Because they don't get the support. Light bill not pay, water bill not pay. So sometimes when you hear them, I tell the kids, say, send a little money and this and that, and I go sell this and sell that. I have to keep the school going. We used to keep the school going. But we don't know these things. And guess what? When you're done, you don't know how to put two and two together.
That's
the problem with Jamaica. We don't see the connection then. We just look on this alone and that alone and that alone. And don't look on things up. And that's what he does.
Yeah.
Because as Damien say, him not smart like Damien little finger.
Yeah.
And that's true. But you see, if you don't have the ability to perceive, if you don't have the ability to understand, if you don't have the ability to put things together, you're lost, and that is what he's playing on.
Yeah.
He has been doing it. Listen to him talk. He's the first prime minister, and they're going to name, we don't know too much about Buster, but a Buster started. Because he's a Buster 2.0, He's a Buster 2.0. He's a the post-2000 Buster. You understand? He's a the post-2.0, but can bring back the same thing about Buster bring, which is selfish better than education.
And that's not sure way.
Buster spell bread, B-R-E-D. Buster left out the A, B-R-E-D-A. And that's where my carry go. And we just not see it, because you see these young people, them just listen to where you want to tell them, because them feel entitled and them can take a thought. The things that when they must study on the internet, they're not looking to real knowledge,
Sure.
So he knows these things.
Definitely. That's why I'm come put on a clocks and win them over. Mighty God.
He knows these things, but he's also orchestrating it, and that is the very same plan that was used by Edward Seaga. Go down in the ghetto, give them one music studio, go with them around the poker table, and you have them.
And you have them, yes, man.
They don't want them.
We know. Want them. Yeah. We know.
Because Norman did have the intellect. The man Norman started the party as an intellectual party. Remember,
Yeah. First in study. All right.
Michael Manley bring in Jamal. I want to know, if you plan to fool up people, why you teach them how to read and write and learn and spell?
Versus this one where they don't build one school.
Yeah, and eventually you notice that Jamal lost it. It puts
all
it
right.
Yeah, man. And then move it till it disappear. So may I tell you, interesting, but I'm not to tell the PNP supporter them, you have to overwhelm the electoral system with vote. Or you're not going to win, because the man is a despot, he is an evil ruler, he will do anything.
That is it.
I don't want to get afraid, but I feel no way, violence off of the table for him, But
all we are telling them, just be on the alert and go out and vote in numbers.
And vote early.
And vote early.
No make 9 catch a row, no make no 9 catch a row. What do you think early?
Vote early. When you go out, when you have the right, when you have the right. If you not, when you have 3, if you not even work, when you have 3 hours.
Yeah, man.
If you run off of the job, and alright, when you cannot stay at home.
Can't stay home and this will change because I tell you, so that man has shown you enough, you know. I don't want, I see me talk to intelligent people now. The man shown in every single way. So if all of the people who say, oh, when me young, we are give him a chance. Me never don't give him a chance because I know when they're all about from day one. But let us say you were deceived.
Yeah.
Haven't you seen enough?
Alright then.
Haven't you seen enough? How are we better off than 9 years ago?
Very powerful question.
One particular area. How are we better off? All that means that we just done some of those bad mind. If you notice, you know, one time back, because I have a little history, you know, because I've been around, you know, I don't want to tell you my age, but I've been around.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, one time back, to pull a little bandulo was something where you try on the side. And most people frown upon it, but you see right now, bandulo legalized.
Rampant.
Phobia legalized. Evil legalized. And that's a part of why the country can't, because at the end of the day, you know, God, you know.
And look who in government, why bandulo legalized.
It's legalized now, man.
Alright.
It's legalized now. In other words, if you not do it now, you not do nothing.
Choppy line.
I saw the thing said. Listen to how he speaks. No prime minister before him. Yeah, as I said, I don't know too much more most about the words he uses. He's so common.
Yes.
He doesn't speak in a way to say, well, boy, I bring on somewhere because he want to make them know that one and only, you know.
And that him use and trick way.
That's going in the wrong direction, though. Why would my prime minister want to be one of me? I'm not teaching nothing. I'm not trying to bring me nowhere. You can't be my prime minister if you're not trying to uplift me. I'm going to uplift me in a way where me understand, because I remember Michael Mann days, you know, every time you see him talking, teach a word.
Alright then.
When you go in a parliament in give a word, because I was a little boy at them time, and I tell you, say, I learn so many words I listen to this man, because I'm tell you a word and him tell you what it means. And then after that, him keep on use it and get your vocabulary grow. PJ was the same. So, this thing where you come out and you talk like we, I don't want you to talk like we like that because you're not carrying my gun away.
Alright then. Stagnant.
You're not carrying, but he's been sending the signal and we've been receiving it.
And still I play like a stupid.
Yeah. Me see one day, me look, and when me look, me see one bag I sell. I never could have seen that before. Little after I'm coming, me see one bag I sell. The new bag for school. Fully done, set on the back of this bag.
You see it?
And it's sell out.
And it's sell out. Yes, man.
So
because him take a platform, because him say him popular, him take a platform and say fully done. Everything when him hear we catchy, him use it for win over the people. Radam. Yes, man.
Yes,
yeah.
But me take that little time.
Gimmickry.
Yeah, man. Because, you know, that's how they are rare and Lele we got to.
Yes, man.
And my thing is, you know, me not say Rere and Lele love it place, you know, but Rere and Lele can't be the order of the day.
Thank you very much.
Because you have to have a little fun, yes. You have to have a little diversion, yes. But it can't be every day. And then, you see, little word on the screen. Bad mind. Yeah, man, everything a bad mind for him. Even though what he does show you say he's more bad mind than everybody else.
Alright then.
But him throw that out there. And again, you know, it hurt me for to say we get so done as a nation for true. Like, it's like people can't see through that. We just don't know. It's like a spell over the country.
My goodness.
But I can tell you, it's more than physical. It's spiritual, because remember now, you know, Jamaica in the end times too, you know. The whole world, you know, in the end times, you know. But my thing is this, and every country I go through where we are go through, because you have some country where people still hold them order, people still maintain dignity and democracy and something. So why we must be the one that we are going the worst at the end time?
True.
We can make a choice. See, Berkey no faster there. Ibrahim Traore make the people them know, say, listen, me a prime minister, me a president now, me don't really need them money then, me a captain same way.
Yeah.
Me a captain. So give me captain salary, I make my build the country. 3 years. 3 years.
And look over there. Me see it.
And listen, while he's doing that, you know, they're saying 40% of that country have jihadists still a fight against him, So he's doing all of that with 40% of the country under constant threat.
Yeah.
From fundamentalists,
True.
And the man still are doing things in all of that. So we don't excuse out yourself. But everybody are thief. That's why I not listen. Garbage full the country. When nobody talk about that, I'm going to show you something that all time people tell you. Them tell you say cleanliness and godliness. And if you see the country full of garbage, we can't God like again.
True.
Every community have a little garbage dump right at the beginning of the community. Every community me drive extensively. Every community have a little dump.
And then we wonder why the drains them blocked and all of that. Because the people them not know what
Yeah, a mentality. A mentality, and of course, the public system, the municipal system, it's non-existent. But they didn't say it a fail. Non-existent. So all of that show me, You have a little, you have the starter, I think, Jamaican Carlos program. You have a little white man that tell you about what corruption can do. When the program starts, he played a little snippet there.
Yeah.
And it is so true. Corruption rip everything apart, because when I look at how much money these guys are stealing, if all of that money was going where it was supposed to go, Jamaica would have been another Burkina Faso. That's just how virulent corruption is. But PJ, they try it, They say values and attitudes. We have to have values and attitudes. We want civics in our school.
Yes, man.
But we just, it's like we don't get it. I mean, I tell you, what hurt me more than all? Two things. One, it is either those who are not responding positively to help is benefiting from this, or two, I wonder what so much PhD, so much teacher, so much lawyer, so much doctor, so much, you name it, people are supposed to have sense. No have no sense.
My God.
Them now make no connection, and that's why right now I feel wonder about academia.
And them quick to come hype and boast and say them have them degree.
Yeah, but to what extent?
To what extent? Them fooler than the man when on a degree.
Education is supposed to be a means to an end, not an end in and of itself.
True.
But guess what now? Through the back of time when we are post-colonial, we don't know them things because I'm going to tell you this. Check Switzerland. They have a little thing called apprenticeship. When we in Jamaica hear apprenticeship, we don't want to be there. Like, I don't want to be an apprentice. But guess what? The Rolex factory apprentice them take out of school. And you can't
but at some point, all the way apprentice.
You can't buy a Rolex watch. But that's how we are fooled by titles and terms. Because we just not know better.
My God, true.
The same USA we are talking about, you can't go up there and give them one bag of paper and want to know one word out of the interview. What's your experience?
Yeah.
What's your experience? Let me know that. Because these are more developed, advanced societies who have come to understand that it's not just word and paper.
True.
And letters behind name.
We want to know the experience, the experience where you have for the post.
Demonstrate what you do. Demonstrate what you do.
True.
So, you take up more of your time.
All right, Makala. Bless up yourself and thanks for calling. Big up yourself.
Yeah.
Very insightful from that caller. I might take one more call. I'm about to end the live now. So big up to everybody again. And as we say, we can't give the puss them no more our butter for watch. They have done too much. And the time has come, and the time is now. Bless up, ABR family, you're live. Turn down the device in the background.
I have to apologize. I'm here. I'm close to the airport.
Okay.
I'm passing. I can't do anything about it.
All right, then go ahead.
Yeah. All right, what I want to say,
you're breaking up. I guess the whole reception out there is not good at all. You're breaking up. We're not hearing you.
Not hearing me?
No.
Hello?
You're chipping in and chipping out. Go ahead now. Let me.
You hearing me?
Yes, I'm hearing you now.
So it's where, all right. It's today. The time the teachers stand up with one voice. 2000 this.
It's in and out. Your reception not good at all. You probably have to call me back on another live. So sorry about that.
It's where I am.
All right, no problem. All right. Bless up, my brother. You live, Bolo.
Yeah. Me just have a minute. That because picture I have up with the post. You know, I'm going to take the dog title and trick away.
Yeah,
dog liar, you know. You know the dog liar.
All right, then. When they post them can't tame.
Well, I know. Dog have integrity, but then train dog protect and fitness.
Yes.
So, you're going to work with dog title, but you see push a teeth. That's the first thing. And the next thing, push we stay at the foot of the slave master and condemn the slave master and know the slave master say I sell up their own. So they have no loyalty.
No loyalty.
So we work with the dog title. Yeah, man. We work with the dog title. I don't want to be a puss. I don't want to be this lion and I don't want to be a thief.
All right, then. All right. Big up my brother every time. Yeah. So, Bolo right there. When you can go over and platform, subscribe for all those who are not yet subscribed. Support the other social media warriors. He said that he's willing to take the dog title because the puss them can't tame. The puss them teeth. And I like, you know, no sir. And I lie at all. So ABR family, without further ado, they know how we close out when we're over here, so. Big up to everybody who joined the live, as I said. Big up to my members, Angela, Ivan, Wallace. Big up to all moderators. And big up to everybody who took part in the program, from head boy to the teacher. Go right back. Everybody who called in. So sorry that we couldn't hear the caller before Bolo right there. But maybe another live. She's at the airport and we're not hearing her clearly. Big up again to everybody.
Anywhere we go from, if a China, if a Jamaica, if a Haiti.
Carol, big up yourself. Stay tight, big up yourself. Ellie, big up. A dog is a man's best friend, Eagle, not true. But the puss them can't tame, them thiefer than thief.
Reverse the curse. Reverse the curse. Reverse the order. Reverse the curse. Reverse the order. Somebody said, reverse the curse.
Remember, ABR family and viewers, to support Major Dap's album that I played earlier on the live. For those who want to stream the music from the album, you can feel free to do so. Amazon have it, iTunes have it, wherever you have digital music selling, you can get it right there and then. For those who want to support the channel, you can donate to the channel if it's laid upon your heart. We have the super chat, we have super thanks. When you can bless up the program, when you can donate to the program. Some of you donate half the year. Big up on yourself and thanks for the donation and thanks for the continued support on the channel. We are reverse every curse right now. And we say time come, we say the orange is ripe and we are going to juice it. Big up to all Rasta. Sister Pat W, big up yourself. One more call before we go, my people, that this lady have been calling. Big up yourself, my caller. You're live.
Miss Rose, good afternoon.
Afternoon, Mrs.
I just want to ask one question. My question is, who know the teachers? Big up that teacher that called before, because one of my daughters
Definitely.
But not Jamaica. She leave Jamaica from 2007. She teaching in the Grand Cayman Island, which
Okay.
is much better.
Okay.
Yeah, so my point is, my question is, why do these teachers have to have a license when they already went to college and get a degree, or probably a master or diploma, whatever? I don't see the reason for that. Yes, that I mean, but what I realize with
that Prime Minister, what I do not like, you understand what I mean? The moment you try to defend yourself, they try to bully you. That's the reason why they're coming with that bull crap about they have to have license. It's so, I don't know what is wrong with this Prime Minister, but trust me, believe you me, I can't wait for God to turn him over. You understand what I mean? Because he's so wicked. The man just, it's like him just sit down and think pure evil. Even this morning, I was scrolling on my phone and I see one lady, she claims she speaks, spoke, call herself 411. Talking a lot of rubbish. So I'm saying to myself, why is this lady defending Andrew? And she speaks so polite. So I don't know who she is, but she called herself 411. Saying, oh, they tell the line Andrew because he doesn't have 28 bank account, and she go for some paper and she's showing. I'm saying, what is wrong with these people? And why are you trying to fool the country or the nation?
My sis, she could have one name 211, 411, 511, go up to all 101. We are working with what the Integrity Commission says, and all the information provided by them are facts. We know why you're not born a 411.
Nothing from them. You understand what I mean? These people are evil defending this criminal because he's a criminal and he's fighting so hard to win the election just because he wants to be president. In case the people them do not know, he's the one who wants to be president so that he can push the country into republic, and then that time we can't talk to him. At that time, we talk about well, them belly hawks because if he might behave so now, hey, want to when that time to come. If them allow this man so people to go vote, you know.
Definitely so.
Go vote, you know. Yes, that's what I mean, because this man I don't in Jamaica there, you know. I want T-Man himself, you know.
My goodness.
I may never see a Prime Minister speak like that. I just seen to them to speak like that. Now you, as a Prime Minister, every day get up and you curse the citizens of Jamaica. The citizens we are feed him and I pay him, and him I live on him back, I rob them money, him get up and curse them and I call them dog. That is my few words.
All
I
right, my
hate
sister.
this man. I beg God to forgive me, but I hate the man.
Big up yourself, my sis. Hate is a strong word. All right. So only hear my sis there, so she can't stand him. But here be our family. Without further ado, we're about for the part of the live. In the meantime, you could go and listen to some music. We are reverse them. And while on the head out of the live, please leave a like and share it out nevertheless. Big up on yourself. Tile Splash DJ. Run go over in platform and subscribe over there as well. Big up to Rumba Time News. Big up to all of the small social media warriors them. Want to support them just to see. Members Angela, Ivan Wallace, big up. Ivan Johnson say you have to call it, Andrew, call it. Pull up on that one here. Pull up. Remember, ABR family and viewers, the word is and will always be love.